Okay, today I want to talk about Caesar cipher in JavaScript. Caesar cipher is, I will explain what Caesar cipher it is for someone who doesn't know it. So Caesar cipher is a very basic encryption that was used a very long time ago. It was by Julius Caesar. So basically what it does is we have an alphabet, right? Let's say A, B, and we will give some shifting value. Let's say it's 3, and then what this will do is we will shift this letter by 3. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Alphabet goes like this, right? So if we move A by 3 is B1, C2, D3. So it will become D, right? So first A become D, and then B we move by another 3, C, D, E is going to be E. So we will have the string of that says DE. So this is basically what Caesar cipher is. We'll take one string and one shift value, and we will shift the string that we were given with the shift value that we were given as well. So let's do it. So, okay. Let's write some function, and we will call this Caesar. And this is a function. This will take a string and shift value. Okay. So my basic algorithm is first take string, right? Take string and shift value, and I'm going to take apart into an array. So by taking apart into a string into an array, we will have an array that has every letter of that strings. So we can do that by string split, and the limiter is just nothing. So this will take apart every letter of this string, okay? And then what we will do next is we will turn that every element of an array shifted by given shift value to certain letter. So let's say we need to apply some functions on every element of this, right? So we need to use for loop, but there's an easier method in JavaScript, which is called .map. So what .map method does is basically it will take some certain functions. So function is required, and this function will apply on every element of the array. So what we will say, so this function will take one argument, which is char, and then we will say, let's say shift char, okay? And this will take character and shifting value as well. And then next, so this .map method will create a new array so the shift char is applied on every element of an array, and it will return the new array that was the result with elements that was applied with shift char. And then we will have a new array, right? And then we will make that shifted letters of an array to one string again. So we can do that by join. So it's going to look like this. So we need to return string, right? That is, so we can just simply do like this, split, and then map, and then join, and this will basically return the encrypted letters. Okay, so now so main problem for us is this shift char function, right? We need to take some shift value, and then we need to turn our given character into the letter that was shifted by shift value. So let's write a function for this, okay? So const shift char, let's say, and then this is going to be functional as well, right? And we will use arrow function here. And first, you need to know there's something called ASCII code, ASCII value. So each character, so each alphabet, each alphabet has certain value. So as you can see here, this is ASCII code table. Here, uppercase A has 65 and B is 66, C 67, it goes on. And until Z has a value of 90. And lowercase a has 97 to 122, right? And there's a JavaScript method that returns ASCII code value for the given character. So it's better I show you an example, right? Let's say we have a character called A, and let's return the value of the ASCII code value of this character. So ASCII char and char code at, and console log, and let's see what this returns. So we need to expect a value of 97, right? So node seizure.js, yeah, it returns 97. So what about set 122 and uppercase 65, right? So in the seizure cipher, we don't care about anything except the alphabet. So we don't care about the punctuations and white space. We only care about the alphabets. So we need to know something we take is alphabet or not, right? Okay, let's do that. First, let's check the ASCII value of the given character. We will store in the variable code and char code at. So this has ASCII value of a given character. Okay, and then next we need to write if statement if alphabet shift the letter by shifted value, shift value. If not alphabet, we will just return as it is. So how do we know if it is an alphabet or not? So it is very simple. We first convert that into the ASCII code value, and we need to just check the value is between 65 to 90 and from 97 to 122. So it's either lowercase or uppercase, right? So we are gonna write that. Going to be between 65 is lower or equal to 90, or or it is be greater or equal to 97 and smaller or equal to 122. So this means this is alphabet, right? Else this is not an alphabet. So if this is not an alphabet, what should we do? We just return it as it is. So we are just going to return the code. No, the character as it is, right? So this is our code. And then now, okay, so let's see. So in here, we know it is the alphabet, right? Okay, just give me a second. I have written some basic explanation how this will go. Okay. So, okay. let me explain it again. So the way what we will return here is, first we will figure out how far the given character is away from A or A. Okay, so let's say if it is Z, it is 25 steps away, right? Just 25 away. And then second, and we are going to store that value into some variable. Let's say it is X steps away from start, and this is code minus code. So don't mind for this now, okay? I'm going to explain you what it is, and I'm going to write very soon. And second, so we are going to add shift value to X steps away from start variable, okay? And we are going to store that value into another variable. Let's call it X steps to move from start. And this is X steps away from start plus our value to shift. So for example, if our given character was Z, which is 90, so Z is how many steps away from A? It's 25 steps away, right? So 25 away from the shift value. Let's say shift value was 5, and is this 5? So if we add them up, it's going to be 30, right? So from A, this A, we need to move 30. So if we move 30, it's going to be 95, right? But this is not what we want. If we reach at the end point, we want it to go back. So 26, this is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 69E. This is where we want it to end at. So for we need to make way so our value stays inside the alphabet. So first, I'm going to write some simple code for this. Okay, so code. This is going to be a function. It takes one parameter. It's code. It's smaller than 97. It will return 65 or is 97. So what this will do is, we want to know how far our given character is away from its starting point, right? So if it is uppercase, its starting point is 65. If it is lowercase, its starting point is 97. So we need to know if our given character is whether uppercase or lowercase, right? So this is going to tell you whether that is uppercase or lowercase by returning the value of the starting point for uppercase and lowercase. So for example, our given character Z, which is 90, right? So it is an alphabet. Now we want to know how far the given character is from A. So its value is 90 here, and code set code 90. So it will receive the 90 of value. So 90 is smaller than 97, right? So if it's going to return uppercase A starting point 65. So this value would be 25. Okay. It's a little bit dirty. Let me remove this quick. Okay. And then now we know how far our given character is away from the starting point, and we will start to add the value to shift. So let's say our shift value was this. Okay, char with that was 30. So it's going 25 and 30 is 55, right? So if we move 55 from the 65, it's going to be 120, but we don't want that. We just want it to loop inside this. how can we achieve that? So we need to know the number of letters. Number of letter is 90 and 65 is 26 letters. So if we use modulo, the value will always stay in between 0 to 25, right? So if you add a maximum value, which is 25, it will never go beyond Z. So it will stay in this alphabet. And let's make that, and this is going to be our final value steps to move from start. This variable final x steps to move from start is the value that is between 0 and 25, and x steps to move from start, now which is 55 here, and we are going to use modulo as 26, and then the value will stay between 0 to 25, and this is going to be 55 modulo 26 is 3, right? So this value is 3. This is what we want to do. So from A, 26 is A, another 26 is 52 A, 53, 54, 55 is D, 68 is what we want. So how do we return 68 here? So first, from starting point, what is our starting point? It's a 65, and add our last variables. Let's move from the start, right? So this will return our encrypted value, but we want to return character of that encrypted value, right? To return the character, there's a way we can convert ASCII value into the character. This is string.char code, okay? And then if we do this string from char code will is taking an ASCII value, and it will return the character based on that ASCII value. So which is the 68 is going to return D. So it's going to be applied to, so like, as you know, I explained, this .map method is going to execute this function on every element of an array. So this will be executed into an elements of an array that is an alphabet. So now we are good. So let's check if this runs well. So seizure A, B, C, D, E is 5. What does it need to return? So A is 5. If we add 5, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, right? This needs to return F, G, H, I, J. Let's see if we return that. Oh yeah, F, G, H, I, J. What if we given the lowercase? Yes, it works well, so it's all good. Even if we give the really high value, so let's say 31. 31 is the same as just adding 5, right? Let's see if it can handle that as well. Yeah, it does. And it doesn't affect the punctuations. Yeah, it doesn't affect the punctuations. What about the negative value? Let's do -1, and it needs to be what? Okay, let's do from A, B, C, D, E. This needs to be, A needs to be Z, B needs to be A, C needs to be B. So what we expect here is Z, A, B, C, D, right? But let's see. Okay, this is not what we expected, right? What happened here? So if you do -1 here, So first, let's see for the A, our given character is A, so this satisfies the if statement. So what is the ASCII value for A is 97, right? So 97, okay, is it less than 97? No, so it's going to return 97. So now this is going to be 0, right? And from 0, we are going to add -1. Then it's going to be -1, right? This is our value to shift. And then if we use modulo to -1, 26 is going to still -1. So our starting point is 97, and if we add this -1 value, it's going to be 96. So 96 is this just backtick. We don't want that. We want it to return to 122. So I guess we need to make this variable to handle both a positive value and negative value. So the way we can do here is, so one step backward is as same as 25 steps forward, right? Think about it, it is A. If we move 25 steps forward, because the number of letters are 26, it's going to be Z. And from A, this is starting point and it will go to the end. So it's going to be Z. So it is same. So 2 steps backward is 25 steps forward, etc. It goes on. So the way we return the value is we just add positive value to the starting point, right? So we need to make that as positive value. So what we can do here is -1, and we need to make that as 25 steps forward. How we can do that? This -1 step backward to 25 steps forward, we can simply add 26. Then what's gonna happen is -1 plus 26 is 25. And then now from our starting point, 97 to plus 25 is going to be Z again. So it is as same as just at 25, okay? But here is another problem. But what if this value was positive again? Positive again, let's say this is Z again, Z is 90, and minus this cosec 90 is 65, 25, and this is 25 again, 25 plus, let's say 1. Okay, it's 26, right? 26 modulo 26, what is it? It's 0. And add 26 is 26. So what if we add 26 to the starting point? It's going to remain same. So it's going to be just Z. But what we want here is not just Z. We want it to be, because we gave the value of just 1, it needs to be A, right? So the way we can do is we can add another modulo. So now it can handle the both positive value and negative value. So let's see. Okay, now this A goes back to Z. Let's try another value, big value. Yeah, A. From A, if you go back 5 times, Z, Y, X, W, V. And, you know, this is in the right order. So V, you know, V, W, X, Y, Z. That seems correct. Okay, this is it. It was really hard for me to explain it, and because of my English as well, and the code was a little bit hard for me to understand as a beginner. I'm just filming this as just a part of the autumn projects. So this will be just a video that for me to log the knowledge so that I understand it better. So this is it. I would be glad if someone finds this helpful. So leave me a comment below if there is a things that you don't understand. Thank you.